You're looking very jazzy and funky.
I love your trousers.
Well, thank you very much. You've got to, in the antiques world, you've got to dress the part. You've got to dress like an antiques dealer.
Yeah.
You look like an antiques dealer.
Thank you very much. And you don't only look like one, but you are one.
I am one. So they say.
Yes.
I know. I've been getting away with it for years.
Well, what are we doing today, David?
Well, I'm going to teach you some stuff,
Yes.
and I'm hoping you're going to make me some money.
Yes, let's see. So I'm going to use David's money and we're going to get some items and we're going to sell them on and see how much we make.
Exactly.
Yes.
And if I never hear from you again, I know it's all gone very badly wrong.
Oh, very well. But no.
Oh yeah, equally. Yeah.
Right.
Right, off you go.
Let's
Make
get
some,
started.
Come on,
David
then.
some money.
Yeah. Hey Chris.
Hello, Chris.
Oh, yeah. How you doing?
This is Matilda.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, yeah. I like your outfit.
Thank you.
She's cool, isn't she? She has a great YouTube channel.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And she's interested in antiques.
All
so
right.
she foolishly has asked me to advise her.
Quite foolish, to be honest.
Yes, hopefully you can tell me what's right and wrong.
Well, I think if you look at this, used to be my shop, you know, many
Did
years
it?
ago.
Really?
Yeah, but
I heard that you had one. I didn't know.
I've had a few in Barney, but this one I had in 1996, 7, 8, 9, I think, somewhere around there. So this building brings back very many happy memories. It's a very lucky building, which is why Chris is a multi-millionaire.
I wish I was a penny behind you.
You can have a bit of my overdraft if you fancy that.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll do you as well.
Now, Matilda, look around and tell me what draws you in. Now, Chris is a bit of a military man. He loves his militaria. Do you like a bit of militaria?
Yeah,
You
we
do?
do, yeah.
All right, okay. I'm going to follow you. If you don't mind, it's better if people come in. If you don't mind,
No,
yeah. I'm going to. It's actually very warm in here.
It's
It's muggy.
Yeah, I know. Powder. But that
David,
Yes.
Rockefeller.
I've seen a few things in here.
Go on.
There's a perfume bottle there, and there's a few perfume bottles here.
Okay.
And I mean, they're
nice.
very reasonable price. So
Yeah, they are. Okay, there's a good reason for that. So, why don't you grab that one out and let's have a look at that and tell me why. Tell me
Watch the
why
end
you
of it
like
doesn't
it.
drop out.
Yeah. By the way, Matilda, if you break anything, you've bought it. That's the rule of antique shops, right?
So do not break
Yeah.
it, Matilda.
So no hand-fistedness. Right, tell me about it. Talk to me. What's your instinct?
Well, it's got
I like
nice
the shape.
colour. It's
Yeah.
made to sit down, isn't it? A bit.
Yeah.
I really
That's-
like that.
But it's got that bit. So that bit's got the bit of the perfume in. This is just for decoration.
It is just for decoration. Yeah,
So
it
that's
is.
bit got the actual perfume in it.
Yeah, your
That
mother
is
likes
very
it.
Yeah, I do.
Maybe
That's a
do
winner.
you reckon it sits? No, it sits. So it'll sit that way,
Yeah.
like that.
Let's have a look. No, probably flat.
But then how come it's see-through and it's got two flat sides?
Hang
to
on a
it?
minute. You're confusing me
Slow
here.
down. Let David do his
Blimey,
job.
I'm meant to be the expert here.
Oh, she's the expert at everything, David.
Honestly, I'm unemployed already.
She's an expert go-karter now, since
I've heard
yesterday.
that.
Well, I was very close to the winner. I was only 2 seconds behind.
I might challenge you
The
to
winner,
go
the
there.
winner,
Winner
You
of
never
the
know.
the winner was me, David.
No. I don't mean by the winner that day. I was a joint with her, the winner of the whole year.
Joint with
No way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was 16 seconds. Mine was 18.
As you bought that, you can have those.
Well, he's quicker than you then.
Only by 2 seconds though.
Oh, I thought you said you were a winner.
No, I mean, like I was a winner because I was so close to the winner of the whole year. So his
You
score
can't
was a
say
whole.
that you're a winner
She can, David.
when
and
you're
she
actually
does.
a loser.
No, because then I beat everybody else apart from her.
So who was the overall winner?
Look, her.
What kind of channel is this?
This is
So I win at all points.
This is how it works, David. If you don't agree with her, she'll totally twist you around so much you're so confused, you'll just say yes.
I am confused.
Well,
And
it's
congratulations for being a winner. Congratulations.
You say?
I've never met a go-kart winner before in my life.
You have now.
Champion, David, champion. Come on, let's get it right.
Champion. Can we get back
If it
to
wasn't
my
for the
world?
fact that she did a second, we had 3 laps. If it wasn't for the fact that she went on the third one, I would have won. I would have beaten her time.
Listen, we all now know that you're the world champion, right?
We
Okay.
can go back to the antique.
Blimey. Okay.
Come on, David.
Right. No, it's meant to sit flat because that flat piece is meant to
Yeah.
sit on a table.
Right.
Yeah, so you are right. There is the little bulb inside for your perfume, and all of this is completely unnecessary, which I love because it sums up humanity. We as humans don't just like functional things; we like beautiful things, and that is just for perfume, but it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So when you're dabbing your perfume on, you're admiring the beauty of this thing.
How does it work? Because if it doesn't have a spray thing, you just dab that bit on.
You dab it. The old-fashioned way, grandma's way, your mother's way.
Oh, you spray it, love.
Just use a spray.
Well, I
see-
bought one of those ones where it has like a little ball, and that was Victoria's Secret.
Oh.
Haven't used it yet.
Ah. Well, you see, the Victorians would use a little dabber.
Yes.
So your little dabber, that looks almost like a decanter top, you would just dab behind your ears or on your wrists.
Yeah, yeah.
But what you've got to make sure with these perfume bottles and with decanters, you've got to make sure that the stopper is tight and original. And with a decanter, and I'm sure the same would apply to a perfume, is look at that's loose. If you drop it, that will just fall out. So you have to put it in. With a decanter, you turn it 1.5 times to seal it. So let's just give it 1.5. Totally sealed.
Well done, David.
I know. Do you know, I've done that
Anyone
before.
would think you're an antiques expert.
I know. I've been
sure
getting
you've
away with
done-
being an antiques
you've
expert
done
for
this
20 years.
before, haven't you?
Yes. Yes.
Fancy that.
I once did that with Giles Brandreth. I'm going to name drop my friend Giles Brandreth. We did a celebrity antiques road trip and I was showing off, right, which is very unusual. And I said, Giles, now Giles is very posh, very refined. I said, how do you seal a decanter? He didn't know, and I was delighted. I said, you do this. You go 1.5. And as I went half, it went and it smashed
I didn't.
in my hand.
And was it a really expensive one?
30, 40 quid or something. Giles Brandreth loved it. Of course he did. He loved it because I looked a right plonker.
Did you have to buy it after that then?
No, I think because of the BBC, I think they're sort of insured against these things. So that they bought it, and I like kind of slinked off
Scuttled out
into a
the
corner. Yeah.
So no, I'm not the expert. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm off.
Oh my lord, I know.
But then how come it has two flat sides? So this, I mean, there is a. Yeah,
Are you
there's flat
questioning
sides.
my expertise?
Well, I'm
Yes,
just
you will
asking. Is it supposed to be sat that way round then?
No.
And,
Oh, hang on a minute,
yeah, there's a
Matilda.
flat bit there.
Oh, David.
Oh my lord,
Yes, she is.
she is the expert.
Told you.
You've just completely
you.
ruined my reputation.
Sorry, David.
I'm ruined.
Sorry.
That's it. It's over, Chris.
Is it?
My whole career is over. Yeah.
Did you have a grip?
Not really.
Not now.
Doesn't really make any difference to me, really. Matilda, you are a star.
There
You
go.
are right, and I apologise because I didn't examine it as well as you did. You are so right, Matilda. It could sit that way, so I'm only half right. But it was designed. I didn't spot
Yeah,
that.
'cause if I already
to
have
sit-
that, you know.
Yeah, all right. Stop being clever. We know you're right.
She'll keep on there. That's it now. She'll never
You
give
brought
it.
this child up.
I know.
You are right. Well done. And then, of course, you'll see the colour of the perfume. Right. I think I better go back to the drawing board with my expertise. Do you know why I'm wrong with this?
Why?
Because, well, I'm going to test you. I'll tell you why I'm wrong. Because it's not an antique. It is so far from an antique. This was made last Tuesday.
Was it?
Yes.
Did you make it
Well,
then?
not like, well, I'm just, it's kind of me just sort of making a point, really.
I think it's still rather lovely.
But it's a brand spanker. Brand spanking new. In the Victorian style Murano.
So has that been
Thanks.
purposely made to be tricked as an antique?
No, it really hasn't.
So it's in mass produced.
Yes, it is mass produced, but it's still very lovely.
I think
And
it's
I
lovely.
don't have a problem
Even though
with
it's
it.
mass produced?
Yeah.
Would it not be like an expensive mass produced thing?
Yeah, well, yes. Well, it wouldn't be inexpensive. You could maybe go as far as saying it's sort of vintage. It's second hand, obviously.
Right.
Chris hasn't bought it yet.
So what sort of age would you put on it?
It's probably not much older than 20 years old.
I still really like it. I really
I mean, it's
Yeah.
lasted all that time. It's glass. It's lasted all that
You
time.
see, to you, Matilda, 20 years is a
Yes,
long
but we
time.
don't really say.
All that time.
If I had that glass object, it would be broken by now.
Yes, it probably would with all your go-karting and rally driving.
So it has
Well, how much
lasted a
is
long
it,
time.
first of all?
20.
It's no money, is it? It's no money. I think.
20.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, you want to make some money in the world of
Yeah.
antiques?
Yeah.
You want to make money out of
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
So, how would you think you would make money? First of all,
Buying it for a tenner.
well, you know the old saying, your profit is in your buy.
Yeah.
So always buy with your head. You search with your heart. You buy things you love because you've got to be passionate about them. Because if you're not passionate about them, you won't learn anything. You get the passion, buy with your head. So you make sure that you attempt to buy it at a decent price, first of all. And then you become an expert in it. You study it. You learn everything you can about it. And I can teach you how to do that. Some little pointers to go through. And then you sell it. And you will be the number one expert. Of course you will, because you are Matilda. You will be the number one expert in the world on that particular perfume bottle.
Yes, I will. Yes.
You will.
Just have you
You
teach
will.
it.
I think we could do a little deal with a few.
You're on buy a few. Why are you going
What
mad
about that
here?
one? What about that one? That one looks nice.
Art Deco. Oh no, that's not that. Okay, so perfume bottles.
Are they older?
10, but no, again, no, not huge age,
That
but
one, I don't think that one. I mean, that one looks. I like that one. Those look nice.
David, why don't we put it back? Then have a look round the rest of the shop and try and do a deal on a few things.
deal on a few things. Oh, I'm getting a bit
Naughty.
excited here. This is good. Okay,
Put it back, David. Like
Put it
you-
back on.
Like you're not interested and that man's not listening to us over there. So just pop it back in there.
He's-
We're not interested
he's-
in that perfume bottle.
he's a wise old owl, that
I know
one.
exactly how old it is.
Yeah.
I would say that's late 70s, early 80s.
Do you think it's as old as that? Okay, well, whatever.
Oh,
It makes no
is,
difference.
is it late 70s, early 80s?
Well,
Ah.
if Chris says so, fine. But
Yeah,
I would
definitely.
say 20 years. Well, we're not far out, are we?
Yeah,
In the
definitely.
scale of things,
Yeah, it's
20
not an
or 40
antique.
makes
Yeah.
no difference
Yeah.
with an
The other
antique.
things it's modern.
It's contemporary.
70s onward, you look at
Yeah.
it's modern if in relation to antiques.
Yeah, no, he's right. He's right. You put it back, Matilda, because you remember, break it, you bought
don't
it.
break
Now,
that.
wouldn't that make a great video, Matilda?
Yeah.
If you broke that.
No, don't break it,
Break it,
Matilda.
Matilda.
Put it back, Matilda.
I don't mind breaking that, just don't break the cabinet.
Okay then. He's going to show me how to age a globe.
I am, and I'm giving away trade information here, Matilda, that is worth a lot of money.
Oh.
You said to me that you want trade tips, how to make money in the world of antiques. Well, when you're looking at a globe, like everything in this business, you've got to be able to date it instantly.
yes.
So do you know how to, little rule of thumb, how to date a globe? Do you know how to do it? Well, it's the countries. So you've got to memorise the country names that have changed over the years and get a bit of an idea of when the countries changed. So I'll give you an example. So can I pull this out, Chris? Do you mind? So let's have a look. My go-to continent is Africa. So as a young man, I spent a number of years growing up here in Zimbabwe. Now, Zimbabwe wasn't always called Zimbabwe. It was once called Rhodesia.
Okay.
And prior to Rhodesia, southern Rhodesia. So there are time points when that country changed name. So there it is there, described as Zimbabwe. I know that Zimbabwe became Zimbabwe in 1980. So instantly, you know this globe is post-1980. It's not antique. And the same would apply with loads of countries in Africa. Another one is Sri Lanka. Prior to being Sri Lanka, it was called Ceylon. So if you know these little date marks, Thailand used to be called Siam. So you can just glance at a globe, particularly when you're filming, when I'm filming BBC stuff. You glance at a globe and you can date it accurately.
That's actually incredible. I never thought of that. Really.
Top tips.
Yeah.
This will make
I mean,
you
it
a
would be
millionaire.
obvious. It would be obvious if, like, you know, Africa was like somewhere completely different when they just didn't know exactly where everything was, you know. But yeah, I never
Yeah.
thought of that. Ever.
Yeah, it's a good tip. And globes are always good news. They're always popular.
Somebody made a joke on my YouTube saying about I couldn't fully remember it, but basically said about having you couldn't have a life-size a real life-size globe, could you? I thought that was hilarious. Yeah, to scale. That was it. I thought that was absolutely hilarious.
Who has ever actually thought that?
Yeah, you could.
A life-size globe.
Well, it's just.
Well, we've all got one. We live on it.
Yeah, and we're actually on the globe.
I like that. 40 quid's no money, is it? I mean, it's, yeah, modern thing, But every house should have a globe. I just find it fascinating.
Yeah,
Globe.
my globe's a bit rubbish.
Have you got one?
Well, it puts the sea, so the land is the same colour as the sea, and it all just blends in.
Well, that's a rubbish globe.
And the England looks messed up, the rest of the countries look messed up.
Is it a very cheap globe?
Yeah, that's it.
In fact, I'm going to test you now.
Oh, yeah.
Have a look at this. That is a beauty. Right, Matilda,
Yeah.
roughly, rule of thumb, how old is that globe?
Well, he told me and I've completely forgotten the date, so that's not going to help.
Find Africa.
Find Africa, here's Africa. No,
That's
where-
South America.
No, that's Australia. Where is it gone?
There's Africa.
Right, I've got Africa. I can't see Zimbabwe.
Okay, do you know why?
Is that Zimbabwe?
Well done, well done. But it isn't Zimbabwe,
No, no.
but it sort of is. But it wasn't Zimbabwe then. Look at that. So it's just.
So that one's a lot older.
It's a lot. Well, there we are. There, go further up. Do you remember I said it was called Rhodesia,
Yeah.
and even earlier called Southern Rhodesia,
Oh, God.
and just north of it, which is now Zambia, was called Northern Rhodesia. So there we have what is now Zimbabwe. Southern Rhodesia. So that is pre about 1963. Pre that. It might be 1900 or 1960. But it gives you that rule of thumb because before 1900 the country didn't really exist. What have we got there?
1930.
1930s. This is.
Illuminated geomaster Larvae globe with Bakelite base.
Oh, that's lovely.
A lovely orange colour.
Bakelite. You've heard of Bakelite. One of the world's first plastics.
Oh.
So it is plastic, but it's
Yeah.
collected. People love Bakelite.
Oh.
It's hard. Look at it. It's heavy.
Bakelite.
Look at that. But it's got like that marbly brown finish to it. It's a beautiful, beautiful material, but it is plastic.
Very smooth and very hard.
Yeah. Beautiful, isn't it?
It is.
Beautiful
It's
material.
Stunning material.
Now, interestingly, we wouldn't be able to talk about that on the BBC. Now, do you know what that is? What it was made for?
I got told. It's an ashtray.
Yeah, because Chris shouted in the background,
Yeah.
"It's an ashtray!"
So I can't leave that in my mind now.
But it's a fun one. You know, funnily enough, on antique shows now on the BBC, we wouldn't be able to talk about that
What is the fact of it being ashtray?
because it's an ashtray, because it relates to smoking. So
But
it's
it
just,
is an ashtray.
It is an ashtray. It is absolutely an ashtray. But we wouldn't be able to talk about it because it relates to smoking, so that they don't like to talk about it. But it's a portable ashtray, this one.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna look. Does that screw off?
Yeah.
It does. So then, yeah.
So think Poirot. Do you ever watch Poirot? The TV series with the Belgian detective. You must watch it. It's very good. You get to see the Art Deco period, and this comes from the Art Deco period, Chris, doesn't it?
It does look a bit
1920s. And Poirot, you'll often see him wandering around the room, entertaining, chatting to people,
Yeah.
with his own personal ashtray, and that's it. It's made to carry around, flick your ash in, and then you empty the contents, and off you go. You can even put it in your pocket or your briefcase and take it with
I
you.
bet your pocket would be a bit smelly.
It would be a bit smelly, but people didn't mind that, did they?
No.
Yeah, everything smelled, didn't it?
In fact, one of my favourite not my favourite ashtrays, one of my favourite aftershaves is called.
His old dirty cigarette end.
Yes, it is. It's called Baccy and Beer, something like that.
You've got an ashtray. You've got an ashtray.
Yes.
You haven't.
And it's very expensive. I think it's Baccy and Beer.
It can't smell of Baccy
It
and
smells
beer.
like an old pub in the 1980s.
And you put that on
I
yourself.
love it. I love it.
And let's just sniff David.
Fortunately for you, I've run out.
Thankfully.
I thought he was wearing it as well.
I wonder what that smell was.
Thanks for watching, and watch out for episode 2 coming next. But don't they usually do quite well? I've seen them like before, don't they? Like, you know, if it's like
Well, what have you seen them on?
TV shows
TV shows.
that you're usually in.
Yes, yes. Well,
I do a deal with Chris and get some more items.
Even Dick Turpin wore a mask.
I seal the deal.
Come on, Chris.
you can do it, Chris. You know you can do
Hold
it.
it. There you go.
Done it.
Well done,
Well
there's
done,
Leo.
Matilda.
Well done,
Matilda.
Matilda.
But this is my money. I don't know why I'm clapping. Right.
Watch out for episode 2 for when I buy more items with David's careful eye and we seek out places to sell them. We're here at Antiques and Auctions and we're going to see if Garth, because Garth owns the place, to see whether we can sell our stuff there to make David a profit. And I get to become the auctioneer. Watch out for episode 2 to see if I can make David Harper some money back and see if he's successfully made me into an antique stealer.